will tomorrow hold a joint sitting in Mombasa for a series of meetings to revamp the party ahead of the 2022 polls. But is it too early for 2022 campaigns, and what penalties could ODM prescribe for its members who are openly campaigning for Deputy President William Ruto? Well, our political affairs reporter Muremi Mwangi interrogates on this week's edition of House of Cards.
Slightly over 4 years to the next presidential polls, quite a long time it would appear. But seemingly not so to a man who is only a stone throw away from the country's top seat. Deputy President William Ruto and his newfound allies in the ODM party.
2022, God willing, is William Ruto.
But the chicken, it appears, could soon come home to roost for Ruto's newfound ODM allies. Opposition Chief Raila Odinga on Monday chairs a joint sitting of the ODM parliamentary group and the party's National Executive Council. Top on the agenda, insiders say, is discussion on how to tame rebels who have been openly campaigning for Ruto's 2022 presidential bid, contrary to party position.
This idea of standing on this side, benefiting on that side, and then running to another side is just outright dishonesty to the electorate who have voted you.
Article 5(4) of the ODM constitution prescribes expulsion from the party for any member who subscribes to or promotes activities of a political party whose objectives are in competition with those of ODM. Odinga, who recently struck a cooperation deal with President Uhuru Kenyatta, has in the past 3 polls been the ODM presidential candidate, and the unilateral decision by the over a dozen ODM coastal leaders to jump into Ruto's early presidential campaign bandwagon has rattled none other than Odinga and his ODM kitchen cabinet.
Don't just come out and start supporting so and so. Why? What is the reason all of a sudden? Why is it that this guy you are so much against and abusing in public has become so attractive? You have to tell the constituents that this guy, I said, is a punda, is a land grabber. Now he has returned all the land or something like that.
Wale mnapigia kura hawajengi barabara, hawana mpango ya stima, hawana mpango ya technical training, hawana mpango ya kufanya hospitali. Nyinyi mnataka watu wa aina gani? Mnataka waporojo na propaganda?
Hatutaki watu kutuambia kila siku mimi nitaunga mkono fulani, mimi nitaunga mkono fulani. Wakati ikifika, hiyo wakati itafika. Wakati itafika, wanaume watajimpaka kwa uwanjani.
In the run-up to the 2017 polls, the opposition suffered a blow with the defection of 25 leaders into President Kenyatta's Jubilee Party. Odinga would subsequently crack the whip by ejecting 8 ODM defectors, including then Marsabit Governor Ukur Yatani, then Kilifi North legislator Gideon Mungaro, and former ODM Secretary General Ababu Namwamba. But the leaders served to the end of their terms, citing legal technicalities and what analysts believe was strategic timing to their defection only a few months to the polls. A scheme which ODM insiders said the party is keen to scuttle through an elaborate disciplinary procedure taking into account likely legal suits emanating from the disciplinary council's verdicts, which could culminate in multiple by-elections within 2 years.
They should either make a defection to Jubilee and therefore campaign openly and therefore relinquish their seats and go and seek re-election on the party that they are supporting.
Lakini mimi Msamweni nimetengezewa barabara 17 na nikiwa niko upinzani. Hawa jamaa kweli wana ubaguzi.
We have had so many politicians from coast who defied the ground, you know, the status of the wananchi and what wananchi want, and they defied. And where are they? They all vanished, they all perished.
Odinga is also expected to update the meeting on the status of his National Reconciliation Initiative with President Kenyatta 100 days later. Now, with ODM still reeling from the flopped ejection of 8 defectors before the 2017 polls, the question of how to deal with Ruto's newfound allies in the party no doubt presents a fresh headache to ODM as the 2022 political drumbeats intensify. Murami Mwangi, KTN News in Nairobi.